Here's the thing. When you spend years neglecting your children and talking shit about them on national television, don't be surprised when those same children utilize the resources at their disposal to set the record straight. Kody and Robyn's revisionist history is slowly starting to just fall apart. Now, not only do we have a decade's worth of footage and our common sense to refute their revisionist history, we also have production doing him absolutely no favors anymore. And now, in addition to that, we have his own children coming forward to share their truth and give insight into their reality. I am absolutely living for it. Today, let's talk about some of Gwen's bombshell revelations. Hey everybody, what's up? It's Sarah and welcome back to my channel. You guys, I have power, the lights are on. I am reporting from kind of a hurricane, tropical storm, weather event, just another excuse for my power to go out apparently. But we are all safe and sound, so if that is only the most minor of inconveniences that we have to go through, we are so lucky. I super appreciate everyone checking in on us. We are doing just fine, and I'm so excited that I'm able to record this video right now. So for the last couple weeks, maybe a month or so, Gwen has publicly pondered whether or not she should start a YouTube channel and do reactions to the Sister Wives episodes. We as fans, viewers of the show, love this idea, and the feedback that she has gotten has seemed to be very encouraging. And Paedon has been vocal for a little while now on his TikTok, and he's done various podcast interviews. So we have gotten his viewpoint over like season 16 and 17, but now it's so nice that another kid is coming forward to share their reality. It really gives us a unique insight so we can gauge if what we're watching on the show, if our perceptions of the family dynamics matches what they're living through. Speaking of Paedon, let's just start off with this. Something that I spoke about during my Monday night live stream was that I just thought it was so crappy of Kody to single out some of his kids as being like ostracized from the rest of the family.
I think it was really important because the biggest thing that we have all produced is this cohesive group of kids.
They're not cohesive. Mariah is not fitting in well with the family. Paedon is not fitting in well with family. Dayton, Aurora, Brianna, they don't fit in well with the rest of the family. 3 of Janelle's kids are close to 3 of Christine's, and that's really it.
Now, of course, when he's speaking about Dayton, Aurora, and Brianna, he is speaking from the point of view that they are actually being shunned by the family, and it's because of their association with Robyn. But with Leon and Paedon, viewers were like, WTF, I'm pretty sure both of them are close with some of their siblings. And of course, all of the kids have recognized at one point or another that with 18 siblings, some sibling groups are going to form closer bonds than with others. It's just kind of a natural occurrence. Well, Paedon commented this in response to a TikTok about that clip. Paedon said, I'm really trying to figure out who the 3 and 3 are because the math just isn't adding up in my head. And then the creator of that TikTok put like crying face emojis and said, right. For me, it just struck me as being especially kind of cruel to single out some of your kids on national television, especially when you have absolutely no idea what the family dynamics are like amongst the siblings that aren't living in Robyn's house. Janelle and Christine's kids, especially the ones that appear on the show, they are constantly talking about how close they are. I mean, Isabel went to go live with Madison. All of the kids talk about what a close bond they have with each other. Now let's talk about our queen, Gwen. She has been extremely forthcoming with sharing insight into her truth. And I really feel like that is so brave. I just want to commend her for that. She recently went live on a friend's TikTok and she answered a lot of questions.
Didn't sit next to Janelle at the wedding, at Logan's wedding.
Do you know who he did sit to?
No. Let me guess.
Didn't see anything.
Robin?
Obviously. He sat next to his wife. Yeah, you.
But listen, I'm doing with all this. Everyone thinks she's leaving your dad too. Well, she already did leave. I'll speak out of like that. Girl power.
Yes! Go mom! She got out of that. It was not a good relationship for her. You'd be surprised.
Someone wants to know if you and Isabel are thriving.
Isabel's obviously thriving. She moved back to Utah and she's going to college there with so she can be near mom. Also, my beautiful sister Isabel has an Instagram as well. She has like 100 and a billion thousand followers. I love that girl. He who must not be named? No.
No.
No, absolutely not. Fuck that guy.
End of question. Move on. I thought we weren't starting any drama on here.
Okay.
Does she get along with Robin's kids?
Who?
You.
I used to.
I mean, I get along with Aurora just fine, but...
Good for you.
Listen.
Good for you, Miss Popular.
What happened with Christine's son? Not to start drama, but I must have missed something.
I don't talk about it.
She doesn't talk about it. And
Share it.
Who's Leon, and are you close with them?
Leon is my sibling from Mary's side. I love them so much. We sat next to each other at the wedding, Logan's wedding. It was so funny because Logan texted me. He was like, "Are you cool with sitting next to Leon? Are you guys close?" And I was like, "You better sit me next to Leon." And Leon and Audrey texted Logan as well, and they were like, "You better sit me next to Gwendlyn." So it was beautiful. We talked about that.
I'd assume people want to know if the wedding was assigned seating.
Yeah, it was assigned.
It was assigned seating, is what she says.
It was awesome because like there are so many people in the family that like just don't talk to each other. And so Logan and Michelle were just so happy that we were all able to make it and like coexist. And I was so excited
Someone
to see Aurora.
Gwendolyn's YouTube will be up once she figures out how to work the internet.
Yeah.
I don't know why Cody was sitting a few rows back at the wedding.
Because he was sitting on the other side with Robin.
Oh,
I don't know. It wasn't assigned seating at
Do
that.
I watch Sister Wives?
You should.
I don't. Are Mary and Robin still close?
I think so. Mary is like a hot commodity right now in like her friend group, so she doesn't really like, you know how people have like found families.
Yeah.
Mary has a found family, and so obviously she shows up for us, but like, you know, she's better off around them, so she tends to hang out with them more because they're kinder to her.
So only Robin, Mary, and Cody are together then?
Yes.
Did Robin make the COVID rules?
Right? I think.
Were all your rules dedicated by Robin?
Yes.
Oh, solid.
I think.
Does Robin have a job?
She runs the, my sisterwives closet thing. The funny thing is, she makes her girls, or last I checked, she makes her girls, like,
this is
do
nice.
all of the work.
My live has been turned all about you.
A couple takeaways from this live. She basically confirms that Janelle has left Cody. She says it's only Cody, Robin, and Mary now. She says that she does not speak to Paedon, and it is not a topic that she really wishes to dive into further. So I think we all should respect that. She says the wedding was assigned seating more or less. Robin made the COVID rules. And apparently, this was the most shocking to me. Apparently, Robin is still claiming that she is doing my sister wives closet. And Gwen says that Robin is making her girls do most of the work. What? This past Monday, Gwen launched a Patreon and it's really taking off. Right before I went live on Monday was when she launched it, and we talked about it a little bit during that live stream, but she has had, I think she has over a few thousand subscribers at this point, or patrons. I'm not sure exactly the correct terminology, but good for her. I am so glad that she is utilizing her platform to share her story. I think that that is so awesome. I'm gonna go through because the first post she made, she had like hundreds of comments, and she responded to probably the first half. Then it kind of, I think, got overwhelming for her. Just, I don't know if she expected such a response. So she did her best to respond to as many as she could. These answers and these questions have been screenshot and shared around social media. So that's why I feel comfortable going through them here. But I'm not going to be posting content that she posts on her Patreon, because if you want to see it, I would say sign up and support her. I think that we should give her that support directly. I will be linking her YouTube, which she hasn't uploaded any videos to yet, but I will be linking her YouTube and her Patreon in the description of this video so that if you want to follow her and support her, you'll be able to. Okay, so let's start off with this first one. It says, Gwen, so excited for you. How's your life in Flagstaff? Do you spend time with your dad? Gwen responded, I try to at least once a month. Thank you for the good vibes. That same person asked again, how was Logan's wedding? Any family drama happen? And Gwen said their bridesmaid was on the lookout, so nothing bad. It was fun. And then Michelle, who is now Logan's wife, responded, ha ha ha. Who was on the lookout for drama? Was it Becca? She joked she was going to be my enforcer. Here's this next comment question. I think everyone has a lot of interest in what the children think, especially Janelle and Christine's children. Perhaps a good old-fashioned Q&A would be an easy way to start. Personally, I wonder if the way the public perceives the shadier members of the family is correct. Or is it just a bad edit and no one is really pulling the strings behind the scenes? Gwen says, it's pretty honest. I'm not going to lie. A lot of us behave more on camera, though. For me, that has always been something I've wondered. So I'm so glad that she answered this question. Is what we think of the family members and how they're behaving, is that accurate or is it editing? And Gwen says that a lot of them behave better on camera, but that it's pretty accurate, their depictions. This person asked, do you think that building on Coyote Pass will ever happen? How many members of the family are still interested in that? Gwen responded, probably like 5 people are still interested. I think there's a 0% chance of it happening. Very interesting. I wonder who the 5 are. I'm sure it's all of Robin's house, right? Here, this person gives a topic suggestion. I really want insight into all of the adults leaving the faith, like when and how did it happen? They've built their entire lives around this extreme belief and then just dropped it. Usually there is an intense religious deconstruction that happens to get to that point, but I just don't see Cody and Robin specifically embarking on that journey. I'm just really curious about that whole aspect. Love you and this. So excited. Gwen replied, for my mom, she didn't feel like God would want her to be unhappy, and she's been unhappy for years, and that's how she left Mormonism. But I'm pretty sure Cody and Robin are still religious. Something that I did notice throughout some of these answers is that Gwen would refer to her dad by his name. And I don't know if that's just easier for her to designate like Cody and Robin, but I did pick up on that, and I wonder if there's anything there with that. This person asked, do you have any type of relationship currently with Robin and Mary? Gwen said, nope, I don't like Robin, really putting it out there. However, Mary's just really busy. She and I still talk though. So Gwen, it seems to be really forthcoming about her relationships with the other parents, her relationships with her siblings, and her non-relationship with Robin. I find that very interesting. Another person asked, hi Gwen, do you or any of your siblings watch the show? Just wondering if sometimes after the things your dad says, if you guys are texting each other like WTF. Gwen said, we haven't watched it in a long time. It's too much for us. I think that's totally understandable. This person asks, what did you think of the sketch Robin had drawn of Cody and her kids that she presented at the adoption party? Another person said this, and Gwen responded, so weird. I'm glad they got a chance to make themselves feel more like part of the family because they are, but it takes away from our history. Feels kind of like when Michael Scott photoshopped his face over his girlfriend's ex's face. LOL. Love an Office reference. That makes me love Gwen even more. But I'm glad that people in the family thought that it was kind of odd, because it certainly seemed odd to those of us viewing. This person asked, do family members realize that they were in a cult? And Gwen replied, most of us do. This person asked, hi, you mentioned in one of the replies you don't like Robin. Curious to know why. Gwen wrote, is there an all of the above option? LOL. I don't like to trash talk people, but she's worse in person. Whoa, that says a lot. She's worse because she looks bad on TV. And if Gwen is truly going to react to every episode, I cannot wait to watch her reaction to episode 9. Because like I said, not in my last live stream, but in my last recorded video, I feel like I have given Robin historically way too much credit. I never used to think she was all that bad. Like, clearly she was favored. Clearly she didn't really put any effort into building or maintaining relationships. But what we saw in episode 9 was like another level of diabolical, in my opinion. And I think the masks for Cody and Robin and Mary, but especially Cody and Robin, are fully off now. This person asks, I'm curious what made you decide not to be a part of your faith, plural marriage, and just the church in general. Gwen said, I was 8 when we were excommunicated, so it wasn't really a decision for me personally, but it made my mom a nervous, insecure person, and I would never trust anyone or anything who makes her feel less. Another person asked, why were you excommunicated? Because you went public? And Gwen says, yes, that's what I was told. That's super interesting to me because we've heard that they were excommunicated. That's why they were doing in-home church services. And now this whole conversation of them needing the church's blessing or the church's intervention to grant them a divorce seems like a bunch of BS now if we have it confirmed that they were excommunicated. This person says, I can tell how much you love Isabel and she seems like the sweetest human. I cried when I saw her be let down by Cody and when she needed him the most. He seemed to try to be a good dad in the earlier seasons. Was that fake or what changed? Gwen said, I don't really know, but I think he just started to realize he prefers his life with Robin and their kids. That is the saddest thing for a child to realize. This person said, hello, may I ask, has anyone besides your mom ever confronted Robin and Cody about their behavior? Specifically, Cody favoring Robin and her kids. Seems like everyone dances around the issue as to not offend Sabin, and if someone has confronted them, does Cody feel any kind of remorse? He seems to blame everything on everyone else. Gwen says, we do avoid the topic a lot, but sometimes one of us will break down and ask him why he chose her over us. We're not very confrontational here, unfortunately. I do not think that that is an unfortunate characteristic to be non-confrontational. Someone else asked, what does he say to that? He is such a gaslighter. Gwen said, usually denial. It's like, I'm sure the kids have learned by now that even bringing the topic up, they're not going to have any real meaningful conversation with their dad anyways. So what's the point? Why kind of rock the boat? Like, if you have your once a month lunch with him and it's surface level and it's fine and you're keeping in touch, like, whatever. I mean, of course, these kids yearn for more. They deserve more. But I can see why Gwen would not want to like get accusatory and get in his face about it, especially if he's never going to own up to anything. The Surviving Sister Wives podcast asked, Corey and I are so excited about your new endeavor. How does it feel to be already more successful than my Sister Wives closet? I liked that comment. I chuckled. Gwen answered, I had no idea. I feel like it's a big fuck you to Robin. LOL. That's hysterical to me, especially since in that TikTok, Gwen seems to be under the impression that Robin still considers that her job and something she's working on, and that she's even roped in her kids to work on it with her. Very interesting. And I'm very happy that Gwen is like 1,000% more successful than my sister wife's closet. This person says, Robin's kids have made a lot of mean comments, like calling Janelle Savannah's RV bed a dog bed. They seem very sheltered. How does Cody justify Robin's adult kids living at home while trying to kick out Janelle's kids? Also, what are they even doing with their lives? Gwen replies, you make a lot of great points is all I can really say. This person asks, has Janelle divorced Cody or left him? Please say yes. Gwen says, maybe, though I'm honestly not sure. And in the TikTok live, she says that it's just now Robin, Cody, and Mary. So she probably, my guess is that she's trying not to give anything away that might like violate an NDA or something. But it seems pretty apparent that Janelle is done. The last one that I grabbed was any insight explanation as to why Janelle and your dad didn't sit together at Logan's wedding. And Michelle, the bride, actually chimed in. We had the venue save the first 2 rows on each side for immediate family, and everyone sat themselves, with the exception of saving my mom and Janelle the first seats on each side, and Christine an aisle seat so she could live stream for McKelty. So there was like reserved seating, but everyone could kind of seat themselves. That's how we had it at my wedding. But like I said, this really leads me to believe that Janelle and Cody are no longer together, because historically, Cody has always sat with his wife that was the biological mom of the kid getting married. If he is no longer considered the husband, it would make sense that he would sit next to who he considers his wife. So I think that that's a pretty good indication that Janelle has left. Let me know what you guys think of all of these revelations. For me, I think one of the biggest ones and one that I have just so many more questions on is my sister wife's closet is still a thing. Like, what? Tell me more. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel. And like I said, I'm going to link Gwen's Patreon and her YouTube so that you can sign up and follow her, become a subscriber or patron, and just support her. I think that this is really amazing what she is doing. It's commendable. It's brave. And I think she really deserves all of our direct support. So join me in supporting Gwen. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Have a good one. Much love.